Say, Kay, next Friday, would you like to see Wagon Train at the movies?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I suppose you've got your mind made up to see it?
Ah, the golden days of teenage dating. Have things changed since the 50s? Does the phone even ring anymore? Or does everyone just text? We've brought in some experts this morning to find out just what's going on in the world of teen dating. Relationship expert Kimberly Moffat is here along with a panel of grade 11 students, Sarah Savelli, Kayla McLaren, Scott Curtin, and Taylor Dingwall. Great to have everybody here. I am so excited to do this segment. I want to find out what my nieces are doing in their downtime and what's going on. So here we go. Just tap into this whole teen thing. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? You've got your answers on these cards, so you can hold them up with your response after I finish, okay? So first one is, when you're out with friends, would you check for messages? Would you check for your messages? Yes. You're out with friends and you're checking all the time for messages.
That seems normal to me.
That seems okay, right, Kim?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the big one, though. This is the second one. When you're on a date, would you check for messages? Girls, boys? So the girls say no. The boys say yes. That's very interesting.
Boys, what are you thinking?
Very, very interesting. What do you make of that, Kim?
Well, here's the thing, boys. The #1 dating deal breaker, according to Match.com, is checking for messages on a date. So if you were on an actual date, I'm afraid the ladies might be a little bit turned off by that. But I think, ladies, you do have it right. When you're on a date, you want your date to think that you're engaged and interested in getting to know them. So if you're looking at your phone, they might get the idea that you're not really all that paying attention to them and treating them well. So it might be a good idea to turn the phone off.
Well, I want to know from the boys, though. I want to know from Scott and Taylor, why did you say yes?
Well, mine was like yes with like a condition. Like you can
Yes with a
talk
condition.
to someone texting, but you have to involve the girl. So like text with them, like who.
Like you don't
whoever's
block them
talking
off
to
completely. You're still
Yeah.
engaged with them. It's just you're checking.
So
But
like,
you can't be...
Multitask.
You can't multitask, though. The multitasking doesn't work, right? It doesn't work in this scenario.
Yeah,
Because you
probably
can't be engaged and not engaged at the same time. Either you're looking into their eyes and you're having conversation and eating dinner or whatever, and, you know, I know my producer in my ear is going, you're so old-fashioned. Okay, all right, let's move on, okay? So the next one, we categorize this as chivalry and manners, okay? So the first question is, you're walking to a restaurant together. Should the guy open the door for the girl? Does the guy open the door for the girl? What did you guys say? Oh,
Okay.
really, Sarah? Interesting. So 3 yeses and both boys said yes.
Wow. Some old-fashioned chivalrous actions here.
Okay, but I have to know, what's going on, Sarah?
Well, it's not something I expect, but I do think it's a nice gesture. It would be like a +1 for them.
A +1.
Yeah.
So maybe another date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you? Let me ask you this though: if you were with somebody who didn't do that for you, would you cut them off?
No.
Is that a deal breaker?
It's not, but it's just something nice.
Would you say it would be nice if you did this for me?
Yeah.
You
Probably.
would.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And boys? Yes. So it's
yeah,
something you guys do on dates?
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a classy thing to do.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Old-fashioned. Yeah.
Yet these are the same boys that are
Who are
saying
texting.
their phone during this date.
There's a line.
All right, okay. Here's the next, okay? You're walking to the car together. Should the guy open the door for the girl? No. Oh, so the door is different? The door is different, Kayla?
I don't know. I feel like it's awkward almost in a way. I don't know. I feel like it's nice, but I don't know if it might be just kind of awkward.
Okay, I need to throw in another question here, and this is kind of just off the cuff. So say someone's coming to pick you up, okay, for a date. Should they come to the door, or is it okay for them to honk on the driveway?
Come to the door.
The first time they go to the door.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. The first time they go to the door?
Like, if you're,
Okay,
if
so
you're going-
Taylor, the first time they go to the door, and then after that, it's okay to honk honk?
maybe the next couple times, but like if you're going out with someone, you can just wait in the driveway. I think. Just wait for them to come out and say I'm here.
Okay, as a parent, I have to just step in. If anybody came to pick up my daughter, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, I'm just saying, as a parent, I want to see who she's, even if I've seen them 3, 4, 5 times before. Just a little, just a something.
Right, and the boys can think of this as an opportunity to gain brownie points with the parents by saying hello when they're coming in.
So I love that the first inclination is that's what you're going to do, because that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kimberly, what are you making of this so far? There's some real different, any surprises for you along the way?
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised so far. It seems like there's still some old kind of traditional values that I wouldn't have expected from kids today. So that's a really nice thing to see.
Okay, so you're at the dinner, all right? So you have picked up your date. You've opened the door or not for the date to get in the car. You're at the dinner. Who's picking up the tab, guys? Does it matter? Should the guy pay?
I think you split it.
I would split it, yeah.
Yeah.
I would pay the first time.
You'd pay the first time.
Well, if I ask someone out, I would expect to pay.
What if a girl asked you out?
Well, then I would maybe split it then.
And girls, what do you think?
I think split it. I think it's more of like a first date, and you want to just get to know them, and I feel like it's fair to pay, like you each pay.
I find this very interesting because the national average says that most people, so adults and teens, would think that the man should still pay for the first date. So that's actually different, and I think this is encouraging to see our youth kind of thinking that people should be splitting, because I think it's a sign that women have come a long way and are being seen more as equals today than ever before.
And let me ask you this as well. Do you go out as a group? Because I've got nieces, and sometimes, you know, two of them will go with two guys, and they kind of do double dates and triple dates, and people go, do you do that? Or is it still just one-on-one?
I like single dates
Yeah,
personally.
one-on-one is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Double
One-on-one
dates
is-
might be like awkward, especially if you're trying to get to know them for the first time.
That's true, too. That's true.
Yeah.
Even if you're all coupled off, you're still together as a group. So where are you going when you're dating? What's the first date like? Give me some insight.
I don't know, like maybe dinner and a movie. That's like a
Yeah.
classic one. That's what,
So you're doing what we're doing.
yeah.
You're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're finding, too?
You know what? Yeah, in
There are
my
a lot of
practice,
similarities.
I do believe so. So I'm a psychotherapist, and I work in private practice with some adolescents and adults as well. So I think what we're finding is that teens today are still doing the same things as kind of the general population, except there's still some little things that are different, I think, in terms of technology and dating. But when it comes down to the actual date, it's still very kind of traditional, and they're really still wanting to get to know each other, which is a nice sign.
Okay, got one more question for you, and it's a biggie, okay? How should you ask somebody out on a date? Should you be texting them, tweeting them, or do you need to be asking them in person?
Definitely
Sarah?
in person.
In person?
Absolutely.
To a person, you say in person?
Yes.
Wow. Are you surprised in this day of social media? That,
Yes.
Because this is what you hear all the time. That's like, oh, I texted him to ask me out. Or,
This is the most surprising thing of all for me, because you know, people are more and more asking people out by text and by email and by Facebook and things like that. So to see the teens saying, no, we'd rather ask them out in person, it could be a sign that all of you are still kind of seeing each other at high school each and every day. And I think that's the best opportunity to ask someone out when you see them every day. You know, in the real world, when you get out of school, it might be hard to kind of have that opportunity. So you have to kind of make the first move and reach out by giving them a phone call. But that's nice to hear that you love to do it in person.
It makes me very happy. Anyway, thank you so much, Sarah, Kayla, Scott, and Taylor and Kim. Thank you so much. It was great. You guys are wonderful.